Greenwood no United return decision looks like it's going to be made by the board of Man United, and it looks like everything is really one of those that Man United is looking forward to not returning him at the club of Man United. Welcome to the United Matters channel. How are you guys? And where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rock and David, and here we come to talk about Mason Greenwood. We are having Eric Ten Hag. Is it Eric Ten Hag? We're having Jose Mourinho speaking out onto his stay at Man United and obviously giving the guy his flowers. Bruno Fernandes is really wanting to play with Michael Carrick, but that is no longer possible. We are going to dissect all that and really bring you the latest that you guys really deserve to know. So we are here. It's a Saturday weekend. It's the 17th. Welcome back from Valentine, guys. I know others are in tears and others are smiling with joy, but that's the world. It's written nowhere that the world should be all in happiness, and it's written nowhere that the world should be all in tears. When others are really smiling, others are crying. When others are crying, others are smiling. So that's the mode in which this world was set by the Almighty, that others are really having joy, others are really sobbing. So that's what the world is all about, and I think we have nothing to do about it. That's why when a moment that is sweet comes in your life, just enjoy it to the fullest, because you never know for how long it's gonna last for, right? So that's what I can tell you this morning. It looks like a motivation motivation hint, but it's not motivational. But all I want to let you know that that's the constant of life. When you still have the time to enjoy, because time is going to come when you no longer enjoy. You get? So that's all about it here onto the United Matters channel, and we thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims barakallahu fikum, and let's get straight into this story coming in through from Alex Crook, who works on TalkSport. He was on the MUFC MVP YouTube channel, and he said Barcelona and Atletico Madrid have been watching Mason Greenwood in person for Getafe this season. It's likely that a club make an offer for him this summer. Manchester United do not plan for Mason Greenwood to return. Now, the moment I saw to it that Man United is in Olise, Michael, I got to know that they are not planning for the return of Mason Greenwood. If they are really having him in plan, then there would be no reason as to why sorry about that. There would be no reason as to why Manchester United would obviously approve the signing of Michael Olise. And it's pending the approval of Dan Ashworth, if at all he accepts the job of being the Man United sporting director. So for Mason Greenwood, it really kicks in a very bad way, because I would love him to return at Man United, but the consequences that have gone ahead to be laid, or that have gone ahead to obviously show up after his sexual assaultment of his baby mama right now, really went ahead to really yield bad results. It looks like he's not gonna enjoy his stay in the Premier League, and Man United might be willing to offload him, because very many teams are really looking at him. And trust me, he's a £60 million plus player. Mason Greenwood, to me, he's the best right forward in the world. Even if you look at the way he's playing, it's hard for you to believe that he has not been playing for the last 1.5 years, but he is really looking sharp. He has gone ahead to put in a lot of effort as a player, and trust me, he's really going far. I saw him yesterday as Getafe was playing with Villarreal, and he was really getting there, meaning that Man United have gone ahead to make a decision that we are not going to get him back. Because if you are telling me Olise versus Greenwood is by far talented than Olise, and his efficiency at the field of play is more than that of Olise. When you look at the numbers that Olise is trying to put up here, Greenwood put them up when he was just 17 years of age. And he was putting up those numbers at a club like Man United, not Crystal Palace. I don't think that there is a season that Michael Olise has ever gone ahead to register 17 goals. But Greenwood registered 17 goals in his debut season at Man United at the age of 17. Olise is now 22 years of age, but he's struggling to do that. He had, having gone ahead to be playing every minute at Crystal Palace, he would have already gone ahead to do that. But looks like this season is trying to put in assists and score some good number of goals. And to me, if that was the case that Man United were going to bring in Greenwood, then there wouldn't have been any contacts of United going in for Olise. That is it. But all in all, that doesn't rule out that United can turn overhill, because all these are just assumptions. Even me, what I'm giving you, I'm just adding dots. One will tell you maybe Man United are looking to bring in Olise, and maybe Greenwood is going to be looked as a striker to play with Rasmus Højlund to lead that line. That is also possible. It's also very, very possible. So, but at a huge percentage, Man United are looking like they are gonna really get this guy off. But all in all, I've already told you my plan for Greenwood. If I were the CEO of Man United, I would have gonna obviously give Greenwood a new contract of more 3 years, double his salary, loan him out again. After loaning him out again, we sell him for like £100 million. That is it, because he's a player who is gonna sink in any team that has quality. If Real Madrid, Barcelona sign this player, he's gonna be of pure quality, and we know how good this player has been. But with a precedent that has been set by teams like Tottenham Hotspur, selling a 30-year-old player for €100 million, that means even Greenwood can go for €100 million at that age, because the demand of Mason Greenwood is gonna be huge. It's gonna be huge, and it is really unending. So very many teams are gonna line up for this guy, but it will always pain me that we really denied him a second chance at the club of Man United. Not the board, but the fans of Man United. Yet he deserved a second chance. In life, everyone deserves a second chance. That is it. And after putting your second chance in the mud, that's how things really have. That's when we come out and say you deserved to not get a third chance. But with the second chance given to you, obviously, you really see how good you can keep yourself into good terms again. But it really pains me that the fans of Man United, and by the way, it's not that the majority or the vast majority of the fans of Man United, no way. It's just a clique of fans of United who believe that this guy doesn't deserve a chance at the club of Man United. So I think he deserves a chance, and he should be given this chance. So we wait and see how that happens. But that decision of Greenwood is going to be made like 4 months from now. That is it. 4 months from now, a decision will be made whether this guy is going to come back or not. But before all that is made, Sir Jim Ratcliffe will have to first address the fans of Man United, Omar Berrada, Dan Ashworth, and very many others that are going to come in through the club of Man United to really paint the best journey for the club of Manchester United in there for you. So after Mason Greenwood, let's go to Bruno Fernandes, the captain of Man United. He was asked on who he would have liked to play with in the midfield of Man United, and he said Michael Carrick, because I loved him. I love the way he plays. I think as a number 6, someone that gives a lot of balls to the players, playing up front, like between the lines. He was a player that was not much in the spotlight, but he was really important for the club. Now, for everyone who appreciates the game of football, knows how good Michael Carrick was. And, he never had a PR machine. That is it. Like other players are really having. When you look at the PR machine that Scott McTominay is having, Michael Carrick never had it. All he had was discipline, and obviously he really kept his head onto his game. But trust me, he is one of the best CDMs that the England side has ever gone ahead to produce. And I will remember all the players that played for England in the World Cup 2006, 2010, you know, and the Euros of 2008, 2012, have come out and said that the missing piece in the jigsaw of the starting 11 of England was just all about Michael Carrick, because these managers of England found themselves in a very bitter situation, because you had Paul Scholes, you had Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard, and they wanted to play them into the same team. And we've all of us gonna hate to hear people like Wayne Rooney, Steven Gerrard, Paul Scholes, that if the manager of England by that time had gone ahead to put Michael Carrick in that midfield, then England would have gone ahead to be having what we call a reference pivot point in the middle of the park, something they went ahead to lack, and we all know that games of football are won and lost in the midfield. So I think Bruno Fernandes is right. Every central attacking midfielder would like to play alongside Michael Carrick. Press resistant, and he's this kind of player who never had so many touches on the ball. Every time he got the ball, he found a quick pass, you know, and he was like more of a Kobe Menu, but Kobe Menu is really physical and has a lot to do. He has a skill set that Michael Carrick never had, like the dribbling, you get, the energy, the intensity, you know. But we look at how Kobe Menu is composed of the ball passing, that is Michael Carrick for you. So I think Bruno is right, and at a point X, maybe he knows the beauty of playing with a player like Michael Carrick. Then let's summarize this up with Jose Mourinho coming out and really speaking about Ed Woodward. He said, when people criticize Ed Woodward's job at Man United, I don't like it because he's a good man. Very intelligent, polite, correct. He's just a man who was probably not prepared for the sports side of it. So, you know, it's a contradiction coming in from Jose Mourinho, because people are criticizing this guy on the sport side, you know. So they are not coming out to obviously criticize him on things concerning finance or what. We all admit that Man United have come up and obviously become the best financially strong sporting entity in the world without being successful by winning the Premier League and the Champions League. That is it. But we are talking about sports. Man United is not meant for making money, you know. It was meant, and its success was built onto winning trophies. So when Mourinho comes out to back his men who gave him a job at the club of Man United, I really understand it, but he was not meant for sport. He really had to do something that the Glazers have gone ahead to do years later when he was going ahead to leave. That he needed to get in people who could really do the sporting role very well. And for him and Richard Arnold would have gone ahead to stay there and run the financial bit of it. Trust me, if Ed Woodward had gotten the sporting bit of Man United right, United would have gone ahead to make more money than what they made when they're not winning trophies, because Ed Woodward and Richard Arnold are good at business. So that is it coming through from the side of Ed Woodward and Jose Mourinho. What do you make about it? What do you make about Michael Carrick, one of those legends of United that Bruno Fernandes would have gone ahead to love to play with? And lastly, Greenwood, no United return decision. You know, Alex Crew coming from TalkSport revealing that. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokan David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and I cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. The Muslims, Barakallahu fikum. It's a Premier League weekend. Man United is playing on Sunday, but today we are having big games. Man City versus Chelsea, Arsenal versus Burnley away in at the Turf Moor, and there is a big one, you know, that is opening up the day. Liverpool versus Brentford. And remember, Liverpool is not having Alisson Becker. I'm out.